welcome. I'm Colin Daniel from riffninja.com, and this is lesson number 3 in a series of 3 lessons. In our first 2 lessons, we studied the use of a capo with 5 of the most used chords on the guitar: G, C, and D, E minor, and A minor. Now I'm going to add one more chord to this equation, and this will complete our perspective for the key of G and its relative minor. Every major key has a relative minor. For the key of G, G, C, and D, our relative minor is E minor. Now G, C, and D is 1, 4, 5 in the key of G, where G is the 1 note or the first chord, C is the 4th note or the 4th chord, and D is the 5th note or the 5th chord in this case, 1, 4, and 5. Now, G major's relative minor is E minor. And E minor has a 1, 4, to 5 that's relative to G major. E minor and A minor we've already learned. And then there's B minor, which is the bar chord, right? And it's not that important because we're not going to use the B minor. We're going to substitute it in this particular piece, which was inspired by I'd Love to Change the World, Alvin and 10 Years After. And just for your own sake, you can play a B minor like this without the bar. And that'd be first finger on the 2nd fret, 1st string, 2nd finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the 4th string, 4th fret, and 4th finger on the 3rd string, and that's 4th fret. But I like to bar it, so I take my first finger and bar all 5 strings. Now, instead, we're going to substitute it with a B7th, which is a common thing to do. Substitute your chord, your minor chord with a 7th chord. It's common, and it still belongs in the key. It's just a substitution. And the B7th uses your first finger on the 4th string, 1st fret, your 2nd finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and your pinky on the 1st string, 2nd fret, and you don't play the 6th string. And this one takes a little work, but it's cool, and we've been taking the steps to the more difficult chords, so here it is, right? And we're going to use everything but the D chord in this. We don't have a D chord in this chord progression. And like I said before, this is a good example of how these 6 chords in the key of G major have been used with a capo or without a capo to create some really famous chord progressions for some really famous songs. So the chord progression order is E minor, then G major, then A minor, then C major, then B7. And that's our order for pretty much the entire song. And you can strum it, you can pick it. I'm going to go through it with you. Learn first by strumming it. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. So the trick is, in your strum is a down, down, up, down, up, down, up. It goes 1, which is a downstroke, then down, up, down, up, down, up. Together, it creates 1 full bar, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Then you go to the G, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then you go to the A, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now when you get to the C, it's a half bar for the C and the B, so I go 1, 2, and, which is a down, down, up strum, and that takes care of the first 2 beats. Change, then go 3, which is a down, and then 4, and, down, up, and that completes the progression. Now the next thing you can learn is just to strike the bass note instead of strumming it. Instead of going 1, 2, and 3, and 4, now hit the bass note. Go 1, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and go to the G and do the same thing. Hit the G bass note. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and for the A minor, it's open A, 5th string. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and for the C, 1, 2, and B, 3, 4, and. So you find the root notes of these chords. For the E minor, it's on the 6th string. For the G, it's on the 6th string. For the A, it's on the 5th string. For the C, it's on the 5th string. And for the B, it's on the 5th string. So if you strike those bass notes first and then strum your 2 and 3 and 4 and, that works out really well. And there's one more thing I want to show you, and that's a little bass line that runs up between the E minor to G and the A minor to C. So it goes like this now. We're going to go bass, and then one strum, and then we're going to go open, 6th string again, and then 6th string 1st fret, 6th string 2nd fret, then to the open A. So it's going to go. Now it goes to the G. And that will just strum a regular 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and just like I showed you. Then when we go to the A minor, same trick as the E minor, bass note, and then strum. And then you're picking, and it's exactly the same finger pattern, except we've moved over one string. It's open 5th string, then 1st fret, 5th string, then 2nd fret, 5th string, then open 4th, and then it goes to the C. And that's a really good. Now, it's not exactly the same way. This is not meant to be a transcription or a total copy. But these are the chords, and this is the key that it's in. And it's my own little bit. I added a little bit more to it than was there. And since I don't consider this an advanced lesson, this is a good place to start. If you get this far, you'll be able to figure out the song, okay? So I'm going to go over it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could do that too on the C and the B instead of strumming it, which is what I did. 4 strings, 1 and 2 and for the C, so that's 5, 4, 3, 2, you know, 8th note for each one, 1 and 2 and, then for the B, 3 and 4 and. It depends on my mood, but. One more thing just to add to all of that, and that is there's one other section to this song, and it keeps varying from what I just showed you to this second section, and it's the same chords, and it's just a down, up, down strum with a pause, and it goes like this: 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. All right, boys and girls, this concludes our lesson, and you should know the key of G and its 6 chords fairly well by the time you get through this. I hope it's enlightened you and helped you on your journey with the guitar. And if you're interested in my teaching and the way I teach and would like more information, please come and visit me at riffninja.com. All right, folks, take care.